All right, everybody. This is my post-market wrap-up for Thursday, February 7th, 2019. Big news here on the trade war front, and I want to put this into perspective. A lot of stuff going on here. Unless something changes, I don't care what side of the aisle you are on, understand, we and the president cannot win this trade war. Before you go up in arms and say, oh, the president is winning, or we are winning, hear me out. And I believe you will understand this a little bit better. Let's talk about the stock market today. Took a hit, not a major hit, but a hit nonetheless. The Dow Jones Industrial Average ended down about 217 points. We were down nearly 400 earlier when it was announced that a trade deal is pretty much off the table. There's no talks. Apparently, this is what's going on. It's almost like China is taking a playbook out of what just happened with regard to wall funding. China appears to want the tariffs lifted before any further trade talks. Now, for now, again, there's no talks till after the deadline for which President Trump said he was going to increase tariffs on China. China is saying right here that they don't believe it. You understand? So I explained to you that the world was watching to see what President Trump was going to do with regard to the wall funding. You know, Pelosi said, hey, you know what? Open the government, then we'll talk about it. He lost that war. Everybody knows it, or battle. You want to call it a battle? That's fine. He lost the battle. Everybody knows it, and I understand if you are a staunch supporter of President Trump, for which I am. I support the guy. Look at things from the proper perspective. You got to go up the middle. He lost the battle. China is watching. Now they're using the same playbook. You understand? China realizes that President Trump has a fixation with the stock market moving higher. Okay. China, and I explained this to you before today, weeks and weeks ago, actually months ago, that China was going to weaponize the stock market against the president. It's very simple, and it should make sense to you. The only way that the president can win this trade war, and I want him to win this trade war big time, is to understand that he can't have it both ways. To win this trade war, the stock market has got to take a hit. He cannot have an elevated stock market and win the trade war. Something has to give here. It's an impossibility to have both. It is an impossibility to have both. No matter how much propping up is going on, understand, look, the president right now has a few pawns in place that he can use to his advantage. Let me say this too. The president is the master of the deal, the art of the deal. Maybe that's true, but he is a very poor tactician. He's not thinking ahead. He lets his mouth run off, touting the stock market, record highs, 25,000 Dow, tremendous. China, they're sitting there and they're laughing their freaking asses off because they know exactly what they need to do, exploit his weakness. Trump already has revealed his hand. He cannot handle too much pressure. The capitulation with Pelosi. China is expecting the same thing, and they're going to get it. If the president doesn't take a harder line against China right now and starts to say, okay, something has to give, meaning the stock market is going to need to take a hit here. I can't imagine, honestly, that the president is that short-sighted. He can't be. He has to understand this. He has to understand. I understand, look, the president is not a market guy. He's admitted this. He's not a stock market guy. I am a stock market guy. Period. I know for a fact that the market In order for us to win the trade war, the market has to take a hit. He has to do a few things here. Number one, he has to stop touting the stock market. It's his Achilles heel. Okay? Number two, now that China has kind of said, no more talking until, you remove these tariffs, he should hit them harder right now. Understanding that the stock market will drop. The stock market may take a significant hit. 20-30% absolutely is realistic. Maybe more than that. Maybe 40%. But let's talk about the longer run here. China is playing the long game. I would hope that our president would play a long game. China has been taking advantage of us for a very long time. Our president has outlined this. He's 100% correct. All right? Now it's time for the president to do something that is put up or shut up. That's the truth. Put up, Mr. President, or shut up. Stop inflating the stock market. You've got to back off. You are the president of the United States, not the head of a company here. This is why, Mr. President, you cannot win in this environment if you do not realize the stock market is going to take a hit in order to win this China trade war. This guy sitting in front of you wants you to win the trade war. You cannot have it both ways, Mr. President. There's no 3D chess to be made here. Period. I hope this message makes it to you, because personally I think you're surrounded by imbeciles. Imbeciles! Give me a call, Mr. President. I know you have my phone number. I will gladly be a part of your cabinet or someone that you need to talk to help you through this for free. I don't want anything for it. But I want you to win. Get rid of the idiots around you. You know who they are. Give me a call. I know you have my number. With that said, if you think this is important, if you support the president, you understand that what I have just said needs to happen. He has got to stop his fixation with the stock market. He cannot have it both ways. You cannot have a stock market here hitting record highs while we are in a trade war, a full-blown trade war. Win it. You don't drag out wars. You either win them right away by overwhelming force, or they drag out for long periods of time and nobody wins. You got that, Mr. President? You need a little more advice? I'm here. Give me a call. My freaking cell phone is sitting here. I know you have my number. Call me. I'll see you all tomorrow.